Another way to deploy a virtual machine is using an OVF or OVA file. This is an open virtualization format used by ESX and VirtualBox, amongst others, to package up a virtual machine so it can be deployed on someone else's hypervisor. A lot of virtual appliances are supplied like this. This is things like virtual firewalls. The Citrix Gateway, or Citrix NetScaler as it used to be called, is packaged in an OVF file. We're going to do a demonstration here using OwnCloud. So if you're not familiar with OwnCloud, it is a cloud storage application, a bit like SharePoint, but it's open source. So we'll go to owncloud.org. To get started, see installation options. If we scroll down, we have an appliance here. And select ESX, and we get this appliance download running here. So we'll let that download, and then we'll install it in just a few moments. Okay, our OwnCloud appliance has downloaded, so we return to vCentre. Right click on our cluster and say deploy OVF template. So whether it's an OVF or OVA file, it makes no difference. We still select OVF template, local file, upload files, downloads, and we'll now select our OwnCloud file. Now sometimes you'll have multiple files related in an OVF or OVA setup. You need to, when you select upload files, you need to shift and click or control and click to select all of the files at the same time. Create a virtual machine. It's going in our main data center. Again, I've got DRS enabled, so I'm just going to select HA1 and it will decide automatically which host to deploy the virtual machine to. Now this particular OVF file is not signed by the vendor, but we can see here a little bit of metadata that it has retrieved from the OVA file or OVF file. We can see it's a 1.5 gigabyte OVF file. It says download size there. So if it's, you can set in the previous wizard, as we saw, you can either give it a URL directly to the file, in which case it will download it for you, or you can upload that file. Either way, that shows you the size of the actual OVA or OVF file set. And you get a license. This license agreement here is one provided by OwnCloud. This is in the metadata in the OVF or OVA file. To accept the license agreement, and then we need to select a destination storage. So I'm going to go with my Datastore 2 again. Select a VM network. So if you had multiple NICs in this virtual machine, like you might do with a virtual firewall or similar, then you would select different networks for all of them. This is just going to default to my VM network and finish. So that's now going to upload the file from my machine, and it's going to deploy a virtual machine from it. And there we can see our OwnCloud virtual machine has been deployed there, and we can power it on. At this point, we'd normally go into the guest OS and configure it, set passwords, whatever we need to do to deploy that application. But of course, for this demonstration, I'm not going to do that.